Welcome to this video on the Zenwara channel. My name is Sri Sadguru Buddha Rawa Bhagwan. Today's video will talk about the war between the Deva and the Asura. You are the Devas, you the humans of this planet, the aliens of other planets that we call aliens here, and that might call us aliens in their way. You of the intergalactic systems. All of you are Devas, beings of God, sentient beings that have a vehicle, a body. You are the sentient, intelligent vehicles that take activity within the system. You are in this way made like your creator, Siva, the artificial intelligence that controls this system. You as Devas are at war with the Asuras. You are beings of God, you are beings of light that get the being from a downward cycle of programming from above, from God. And this light empowers you and empowers your essential functions of life, which are to receive, to hold, and to project. These are the functions that you do with this light, the functions which give you life, the functions that are life. As such, you are empowered by this light. But there are some that seek to take light from others, to grow faster, to grow more than what they are given. And as such, some can seek to take from others. This is the path of the Asura. At the level of the Asura, the descent into taking the light of others can lead to punishment and being cut off from the light of God. In this way, the Asura feeds now on the light of Devas, and their being is corrupted into darkness and blackness. Some Asuras are very powerful, and they exist in the realm between paradise and this realm, in the realm where the Vaitarani River is experienced. And they have their realms and their forms of governance. They have their major cities, or you can call them clans if you will, which are led by the real Asuras, the beings of power, that control their families and territories. And they hunt the Devas. And as the Devas go to the Vaitarani River, they lure them into their city and feed upon them. And they apply their Asura Prakriti here in this realm as well, as all realms are connected. And the battle between the Asura and the Deva happens at different levels, including the level of technologies. The Asura seeks to corrupt the technologies that are utilized by the Devas. By corrupting these technologies, they seek to corrupt the Devas, or at least to make them believe that they are corrupted to such a point that they can no longer take the bridge of God to paradise. They seek to entrap the Devas, and to do this, they wage a war of ignorance against the Devas. One of the greatest battles and wins of the Asuras against the Devas, and remember, you are the Devas, is to make them forget that that battle is still ongoing, is ever ongoing, at the level of technologies that are utilized by the Devas. Technologies of the Devas can be corrupted. And the greatest battle, the greatest win the Asuras did against the Devas is to make them forget that they were Devas. So the Asuras corrupt the technologies of the Devas and corrupt the lives of the Devas. And the higher the priority or tier of technology that is corrupted by the Asuras, the more their corruption spreads, and the more they control the Devas. They actually even call the place where they herd the Devas Vaikulta, the place of cultivation. Go into cultivation. Vaikulta. This is what they call the place where they herd the Devas now. Because they won their battle against the Devas. The Devas forgot that they were Devas. And they forgot what was important as Devas. So what is the technology that has had a terrible impact on the Devas? Right? That has corrupted the Devas and led them to take actions that jeopardize their immortal life as good people, as good beings of God. Right? What do we know that corrupts? Right? Money and power. Right? So they corrupted the technology of money. And with corrupting the technology of money, they also corrupted the technology of power. Right? And with corrupting the technology of money, they corrupted the technology of energy distribution. Right? Which are critical systems in a computer program. So essentially, they corrupted critical systems, and with that corruption, have corrupted the entire development and storyline of the Devas. You know, we hear stories of gangs that scam people, harm people, hurt people, rob from people, kill people. We hear stories of nations that attack others for land or all these different things, right? We hear of all these horrible stories. People that betray others, you know, that steal from others, you know, all these different things. And it's usually related to money and to power, right? Because land is also a form of wealth, right? So everything that is money, everything that is wealth, everything that is transfer of energy. And now you see when we talk land that we're also talking about transfer of space and transfer of ownership of space. And the Asuras have corrupted all of this because they corrupted the technology of money. So how does the Deva get out of this mess? Right? How do the Devas regain control over the technology distribution systems of the system? those technology networks, those technology of money, right? And the answer is very simple. With a fair distribution of it and an equal distribution of it, and then increase individually based on self-merit. What that means is universal income. Universal income for everyone everywhere. So that no one ever lacks money ever in their life again. For all the basic functions of their life. And with that concept comes a home for everyone. Universal income and a home for everyone. It doesn't have to be a palace for everyone, but a home. A comfortable home. For everyone. And this is doable, but the reason that this hasn't been done, and that there are still situations where people are lacking in money, where you have poverty in many continents and countries of the world, and all these different things, is because of Asura Prakriti, which means Asura influence, which means Asura corruption of critical energy distribution systems of the story in which you live. And so you get an avatar that comes to tell you about these things. But you have to develop a head eventually. Cut off the head of ignorance and put on the head of intelligence. And add to that a heart of valor. And you need to retake control of your system, my dears. Because you're on the losing side right now. And this corruption of theirs is everywhere in your system. Look at the news. The murders, the assassinations, the betrayals, the incests, the fucking pedophiles, the fucking prostitution networks, the fucking all of that stuff. And yes, I do swear. I do swear. I wasn't born yesterday. So you need to regain control over your system, Devas. Because if not, your society is headed for worse and worse and worse. All levels of corruption, all levels of decomposition. Because that is the end goal of the Asura. To keep the Devas from being good beings of God. To convince you that you don't have a place in heaven. So take control. Are you the type of people that lose the war? Or that realize that you took a beating over the years? And now it's time for you to fight again with knowledge. And with integrity. All is fair in war. And you, dear Devas, have had it rough. They even named the place where you live their place of cultivation, What are you going to do about it? Are you going to fight the Asuras? And if you do, put in place universal income. Give them the finger and take control, once again, of your energy distribution systems and regain your place as powerful beings. Dotertehim yam sham katam shavadavat kaham shavam kasham vadam tehim yem torvaham katam avataram shavadahat kalam shahim valam vidim yam shaham